Hello, and welcome back to what is a short episode of the David Watson podcast. I managed to grab another 30 minutes with Howard, who was on a couple of weeks ago and found love with tarot cards. And today, he let me into a little secret about where he believes Taylor Swift is going to be. Stay tuned. As always, Howard has an infectious energy. Hello, welcome back, and thank you very much for having the patience and joining me again. How are you?
Good, how are you? Thanks for having me on your show.
No, it's good to see you again, and I'm glad we were able to rebook this. So, in answer to your previous question, there's one of the reasons that I probably do interviews a little bit differently is because when they send me press releases and stuff like that, I read them and then ignore a lot of the questions because I want to know who you are. I know you have a book to promote, but I want people to so often and it's a personal thing when people read that there's two types of people that read books. One are people who just love reading and there's certain types of books they like to read. And then there's people that tend to buy books based on what they know about the person. So I read books from all different genres, all different types of books, largely based on what sort of mood I'm in or who that person is. But I'm also I want to know who you are. I just love having conversations with people. So that's why when I have people on the podcast, they're like, oh, it's not the sort of interview that I was expecting, and it's actually because I love having people on as guests, and I can think I'm very lucky to have people come on, and I want to have a conversation with you. So I'm not that fussed about questions.
Yeah, great. I'm so glad that you brought this up. I view this as a co-creation.
Yeah.
Not only you and me, because I am suddenly found out the ability to be co-create with whoever interact with me, and I always confound the
Mm.
tarot reading to reflect our conversation or intention we are going, which I view that as invisible hand.
Well,
The,
do you remember when you and I first ever met via Zoom, via this link? You made a reference to the fact we were both wearing the same color jumper,
right,
right?
right.
And then when we missed each other the other day, I referenced the fact that I'd wore the jumper again so that we would be in line. So
Uh,
yeah, right. So when you mentioned the jumper and stuff, and we then kind of created this like what it's like a friendship. It's like if you and I were ever lucky enough to meet in real life, we would already be smiling when we saw each other because
right.
there was already a connection, and it's just based on two people talking.
There's a reason for that. Uh, when I said I'm divinely guided,
Mm,
uh, people don't understand. It's probably this guy is like don't know what he is talking about. But for our conversation, because I feel like this is my mission, I'm only messenger. I only want to have people to understand where they can get the help from, or the universal energy is there. How do they utilize to have their own benefit? And the tarot reading call in the Taurus reading uh, today or yesterday, there was reading called "Your Helper is Here."
okay.
I saw that reading. I immediately realized, you know, you and I, when we made the talk, there is a reason for that. So for myself, I came to United States from China. I have a 3 master degree. I first got the MBA from the Baruch College, New York, City University of New York. And then I got my software engineer at the Fairfield University at Connecticut. So I kind of scientifically trained and has been working in the corporate life for 25 years. I'm doing the business intelligence, play the analyst role to crunch the data.
Yeah.
I can connect the dot. It's like scientific methodology to connect the data. We have data, we cook, we aggregate it, then we come up with trend and visualization. So that's my expertise. Because of that, that is where I stump into this kind of during the pandemic. I happened to click the video and then follow it up and then connect the dot. I feel like there is invisible hand to have this co-creation, to come up with some kind of way, a book, to let the world know there is universal energy at here. It's a spiritual discovery. It's a part of human society, next evolution. You saw all the alien movies, they communicate not only by verb, they communicate by their thought. I think there is reason for that. In current, in our society, a lot of distrust, a lot of mind control. When you in front of the like tarot reading, the tarot reading can sample the both side of the energy, which become it transparent. This is I talk about the loved one, true loved one. Almost sometimes I did apply those principles to the like a business deal, like a career path. I'm at the very early stage to starting to doing this. There's more to come. I'll give you a co-creation example for what I'm talking about. Maybe it's end of the interview, and after you ask all your questions, and you can decide if those content are appropriate for your audience.
Oh no, my audience. So one of the things that I never want. How do I describe this? I wanted to do podcasts for a long time and try to do them with other people, to team up with people, and it just never happened. It literally never worked. And then one day I decided enough's enough. Stop trying to do things with other people. Do it on your own. And the reason that I was always trying to do it with other people is I didn't believe that I was good enough to do it on my own. So I was avoiding it. And it's like, if I do it with somebody else, then it'll be fine, because I'm not enough to do it on my own. And I didn't know enough. And I was afraid of asking questions because I'd look stupid. And I realized I was just sitting back in fear, but making very good excuses. So I was just like, right, just go and figure it out. And I was very lucky. I have a friend called Carlton for Brunton Media, and he showed me what I needed to do to set it up on my own. And he was very helpful there. And again, that's actually kind of weirdly the universe showing you actually it will work out if you do it, because I'd already arranged to have my first podcast and my first guest when I was talking to Carlton about it, and he pointed out that what I was going to do wouldn't work because I didn't have the right technology on my laptop and the right camera. But he very quickly showed me how to do it and what I needed to download. And it was just like, oh, right. So these things do take care of themselves if you let the universe do it.
Well, today I'm going to show you my practice of how I co-create with universal energy. May I ask you what zodiac sign you are?
What zodiac sign?
Yeah.
I'm Libra.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm Taurus. In my book, there are few zodiac signs mentioned. Libra and Taurus, the main character. Libra is the heroine, and Taurus is Taurus is a protagonist.
Okay. Oh.
I'm so glad to know your son. What I try to say is I mentioned in the last interview, I want to showcase my book.
Yeah.
I feel like very proud of it, um, show you an example how I do a co-creation. This is very exciting. The reason why I missed the last meeting is not because me. I think this invisible hand mess up with my mind. There is reason for that because I'm not ready to bring the whole story out. After like few days, I did have a conclusion for this storyline. Taylor Swift is a Sagittarius. Her birthday is December 13, 1989. So at February 10th, last 6 seconds, it hand over, touchdown, hand over victory to the Kansas Chief. It just happened to Taylor Swift fan. It's a miracle. It's a belief. It is happy ending. Now, I want to check the zodiac reading. 1 day before, tarot reader called the Katy Tarot, public video title as Sagittarius, a miracle that is perfect for you. It's not what you think. So it's definitely perfect for the Taylor Swift because she was there to watch that the game. It would be huge disappointment for her, but that is a miracle happen for her. So at the 4 minutes 30 seconds, the quote, a miracle perfect for her, that is flow upon her hair. In my book, there is there is a link how they express love is because of the hero's hair. I saw there is something over there, but let's talk about the Taylor Swift zodiac reading here. At 6 minutes 50 second, the quote, one chunk now branch into two different things. I immediately realized her music career is at the top, but based on this reading, her next breakthrough would be movie industry, which I related to what I'm in my mind. I think I recently working on is movie script. If I would say what would be perfect character, to play, I would always like, this is, I mentioned this Tauri is like Forrest Gump, always like take leap of faith. So Tom Hanks would be perfect person to play the protagonist. And, Taylor Swift is would be Libi, which using all the music playlists to express love.
Perfect.
This is a reading of picture of that reading. The card they talk about the tree growing into two branches. Those branches will have the flow of labor, but the butterfly would be stable and fly and growing because they have two winged here. So I would safely say we can bet that here Taylor Swift next breakthrough would be movie industry.
Yeah.
That's a story of Taylor Swift. Now, we did not talk on that day. I was so, I prepared the Sagittarius reading, but I didn't have the check my reading because it has to relate it with my reading, which is I'm Taurus, right?
Yep.
So in February 11th, 2024, the reader Sony A 333 Tarot published a video titled Taurus. We cannot pretend this isn't happening. Multiple positive confirmation. At the 4 minutes 7 seconds, she mentioned, right now you're feeling is so real that the universe has to acknowledge it. It has to validate your feeling. We cannot pretend this isn't happening. Let's go ahead and clarify. Seven of Swords is car, is kind of car. Five of Swords. So again, we are gonna keep going on this thing. This is real. This is happening. So she showed the cars, the two cars. One is moon. Moon sign represent Cancer, which is Tom Hanks' car. Yeah. Tom Hanks' son. And this is Temperance. Temperance is the Sagittarius sun. So she mentioned at the 6 minute 2 seconds. So we have 9 of Wands at the bottom deck, right behind the 5 of Swords. You're not giving up, but you're always not denying it. It is making things difficult for me because I feel like I don't have communication with those two movie star or music star. I don't know how to do it, but I'm hoping like your listener, for somehow, some way, they would get this message. So, but to further clarify, the Seven of Swords, we got Hierophant, that is you, Taurus, represent the Hierophant. The Moon, which is Cancer. Temperance, which is Sagittarius. And Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups card is the happiest card in the tarot stack. Yep. You could deal with Sagittarius, maybe a Cancer. I feel like Ten of Cups is the end of all. For the universe, say you are going to be fine. That is again another confirmation. You are going to be end up with in a real good place for yourself. However, we may need to adjust or adapt either timeline or what we are expecting to happen. So this is my wish. This is my pitch. But when it happens, I don't know. Is it going to happen? This is for sure.
Perfect. And that would be a great place to stop. Thank you very much.